Hey, how's it going, guys? Another video for the pelvic floor dysfunction, prostatitis, CPPS, and I'm out here just reading this book that my wife got me this book. It's called Pelvic Pain, The Ultimate Cock Block. See how? Let me show it to you guys. You see this right here? So I'm gonna get started on this book and see what information I get from this. I pretty much know a lot of things now. It's not easy because I had a big setback, like I told you guys on the other videos, that I was doing pretty good. So I was like at 75% already. I only had a little bit of achy left testicle and just listening to people doing other things that I shouldn't have, and then I went and got this PEMF therapy, where it's like electric pulse. What it does is just it contracts all your muscles, and then it just messed me all up, man. But anyways, I'm devastated. I'm depressed, anxious, sad, all that. But I'm still not defeated. That's one thing. I'm not gonna give up yet. I won't give up, even though I have to start all over again. I started about 2 weeks already, almost 3 weeks of stretching, the stretching, and it's been hard. Everything got hard. Everything is because I started developing new symptoms that I didn't have before. Like I didn't have me urinating like crazy. I didn't, I still had the perennial pain where I couldn't sit down, but I developed this other where I just peeing like crazy, and then it's a whole different ballgame. And then my bladder would hurt. I didn't have that problem. I only had the sitting problem, my leg problem, the hip problem, and my testicle problem. But I got rid of the hip pain, I got rid of the leg pain, and I was only left with the achy left testicle and a little bit. I was actually able to sit down for more than a half hour without any pain, and then it would just bug me. But it was already, I felt that it was getting better. Now I'm back to the same thing. If you see the way I'm sitting down, I'm only sitting down on my sitting bones, so I'm like way, at the end of the seat, So if I'm sitting down, there's nothing under me. If you can see, that's probably the only way that I could sit kind of comfortable. I just sit on my sitting bones, and I could last a little longer. But yeah, it's been rough. But for all you guys out there that are suffering with this stuff, keep your head up, stay strong. If you're younger, you're probably gonna recover faster. I'm older, so it's gonna take a little longer. Young guys, man, could recover quick. Just stretch in the morning, stretch at night. I want to say about 15 to 30 minutes every day. Get the pelvic wand. I actually used it earlier. You're gonna find a bunch of trigger points. And I was upset because when I went to my first physical therapist, and she was new. She didn't know what I was doing. She treated me like a girl. Like she told me to stay away from. Oh, you stay away from the very top and you stay away from the bottom. Just focus on the sides. Not understanding that the trigger points for guys are right next to the prostate. Like prostate being 12 o'clock. I found my trigger point on almost 2 o'clock. Almost 2 o'clock. Between those two, I found a terrible pain right there. And then if I go down all the way, 6 o'clock being the anus, about 5 o'clock right there, going to 6, around there, I found another trigger point that was really painful. I think those are the ones that were causing the achy testicle. If I would have got rid of those, I think I would have been like 100% right now, maybe 98%. But I didn't know. And then after I got hurt, I was depressed. I started watching YouTube, and I came across this lady called, I think she called herself the Pelvic Whisperer. She was talking about using the pelvic wand in the right areas, and she said, when I use it, I use it right here. I use it by the prostate. I massage the prostate, and then I go to the 1 o'clock and the 11 o'clock, and that was like, what? The other PT didn't tell me this. She told me not to stay away from that. So I was upset because I was already in pain because I went through some bull crap, and The thing is, you have to pay attention to detail when you're listening to your PTs. Pay attention, and if you see that there is something going on that you don't feel right, you can switch her out, man. Just switch out your PT. You don't have to keep the same one. If you're paying money for it and you feel that she's not doing her job, switch her up. Tell them, I want somebody else, because she's not finding my trigger points. I found my trigger points with the pelvic wand, but I found them 3 months after the fact, when I started all over again. So now I found my trigger points, but now I got all these other issues going on, and it's been rough, man. I hope that I could recover faster. Since I don't eat bad, I don't eat sugar. It's been already 8 months for me. I changed my diet. I don't eat gluten. I basically, eat a lot of, just healthy stuff. The problem with me, I don't know if I had candida. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that, but when you have candida, it's like fungus in your body. And I don't know if I have that, because I've been feeling sick lately, like out of nowhere. I just feel sick because I started, I went more aggressive on antifungal stuff. Like, I started consuming teas with clove and cinnamon in the morning. It's supposed to be like a antifungal. So I started doing that because I started having like a sinus infection. See, what happens is when you take so many pills prescribed by the urologists and doctors, when they give you all these doxycycline, amoxicillin, Cipro, levofloxacin, whatever, all this stuff is killing all your good bacteria too. So what happens is candida starts growing. They take advantage of the situation. It starts growing. So you start growing fungus in your body, and so that's another thing you gotta watch out. If you start feeling sick sometimes, it's not because you're sick. It's because you're probably candida is growing inside your body. Or if you start going healthy, then you have a die-off. And then when you have a die-off, then the candida starts dying, and then you start feeling sick, man. I looked it up, and I'm like, man, the symptoms are nasty, man. You get sweats at night, like you wake up all wet at night, like if you had a fever, you feel sick, you feel tired, your body hurts. That could be candida, man. So you guys be careful with all these pills, man. They tell you to take all these antibiotics, but they don't tell you to take probiotics. You got to remember, when you're taking all these pills, you got to take probiotics to protect your gut as much as possible. A lot of fiber, man. Eat a lot of, when you're, number one rule, man, when you're taking antibiotics, take probiotics, prebiotics, and just, trust me, that right there is going to save you from a lot of problems. And I didn't do that because nobody told me that. I didn't have anybody to coach me, so I had to learn all this the hard way. Once my stomach was messed up, I started developing ulcers and all kinds of bad stuff, man. It was terrible. And it just set me back even worse. Like, I was already bad, and it made me even worse, man. So take your probiotics, no matter what. Take probiotics, prebiotics. Stay away from gluten. Stay away from coffee, soda. Anything that has sugar, like all these fake, iced tea drinks that are cold, that they're like, oh, these are, these are sugar free, and then you read and it's added sugar, but it's a different kind of sugar. That's even worse. That shit causes diabetes. Stay away from all those fake sugar drinks like Lipton and all them fake iced teas. Those are all fake. Snapple, all that. It's just unhealthy for you. That's just terrible. Stay away from tomato sauce in a can. That thing has a bunch of sugar, sodium. It's terrible. They lie about, oh, this is healthy. Like, stay away from milk. Milk is terrible. It's bad for you. That's a lot of things that, milk, it feeds candida. It'll mess up your stomach even more. Stay away from all that. Stay healthy, man. That's all I can say. And stay positive and keep doing your workouts. Hopefully, you guys can recover faster than me. This is not a race. This is because at the end of the day, you're going to have to exercise for the rest of your life. You know that? Once you have this problem, this pelvic floor problem, you're going to have to stretch for the rest of your life because it'll come back. Believe me, I've seen it happen. It'll come back. So you have to maintain, you have to keep that pelvic floor opened. But I don't think it'll be an issue for me, since I like working out. At night, I could do 15 minutes every day once I'm cured. But right now, I can't say, man. I'm not going to lie to you. There's times that I walk and I feel okay. Then I stop and then I get that pressure, man, like that prostate pressure, man. It's just horrible. It's just like pressure. They just pressure. And the pressure starts, and then it's for a while, the pressure's just there. Like, I can feel my prostate, like right by my perineum. It's just pressure. And then the pressure stops, and then it goes to my stomach, man. And then it just hurts. Then my bladder hurts, and then my testicles hurt. It's like a vicious cycle that I'm going through right now. But I'm hoping to calm it down. I was actually having after this setback, I was having ED, man, for the first time in my life, and I didn't even know how to handle it. It was almost a month. And I started doing this. I remember my PT, but the good PT, I have a good PT now. She started telling me to do, I don't know if you guys know about the fascia release. I don't know if you can see it, but see this? It's like you're grabbing your fat, but what you do is you roll. See this? You roll I'm going to show you guys. You start rolling your stomach like this, all the way down to your pubic bone, all the way to your pubic bone. Not just in your stomach to your belly bone, all the way down to your pubic bone. Do the same thing. You start rolling it down. This releases the fascia. And that, believe it or not, I was doing this about 5 days ago. About 6 days ago. I was doing this at night. I was, sad. I was like, had ED, and she told me that I couldn't sleep. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't sleep. So I just started doing the fascia, releasing it. Then I got to the pubic bone, and then I started feeling weird, like a little sensitive, a little pain. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go real soft. So I started doing it, rolling it like this, look. See this? Rolling it. I don't know if you can see, like, rolling it, all the way down to my pubic bone. And next thing you know, I had an erection for the first time in almost a month. And I was like, oh my God. And I started, doing the rolls right there. And then I got an erection for the first time in almost a month. So I kind of fixed my, ED. And then I thought it was just for that night. So I released that night, I don't have to go in detail with that, but I released because I had about a month of probably was just stuck in there. And it was painful after. Yeah, it kind of hurt. But I was kind of a little bit more relieved that it happened. And then at 7 o'clock in the morning, it happened again. It went up again. I was like, okay, it's starting to get better. And it's been consistent. Now it's, every day I've been having erections, which I don't want them every day either, but so far it's been every day. Today I had another one this morning. And, I hope it gets better, but I don't want to be releasing it. Like, I don't want to be masturbating because I know it hurts. So, I'll probably do that every release. I'm going to call it release. I don't want to be dirty. So I'm probably going to release every 2-3 days, just to keep my body back to normal. Because they say you have to, if your prostate is full and swollen, it's good to release all that stuff out of your prostate. So for those that, you guys got to release it. So, but some guys are obsessed with that, and then they get hurt with that. So you got to watch it too. If it hurts, maybe we should wait like maybe 3-4 days, then do it again. But do the stretches every day. Like I said, stretching. Can't stress that enough. Stretching, man, that's what saved me. The foam roller, man. The foam roller on your butt. Do that every day. That right there is probably the key, man. For the people that don't want to have their fingers up, whatever, the pelvic wand, that's pretty helpful. I mean, I use the pelvic wand. I'm using every tool that I can now. I'm using the foam roller, all the stretches. I'm using it's rough. It's hard, man. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is a very hard moment in my life because I was already getting over it. So now it's like it was snatched away. So now I got to start all over again. But I hope you find, your cure sooner than later. And let's all get cured, man. Hopefully this is going to go away. And, I want to put positive videos and be happy, again. All right, guys, on to the next one. On the next one, for sure, on the next one, I'll do my stretching videos and show you guys a little bit of what I do. Since you guys probably do the same thing anyways. But I do my own type of stuff. It works for me. All right, guys, peace.